ever going to bounce back and be fully healthy.
Oh, man, no way.
And so they're going to franchise Nick Foles for one more year to see if Carson Wentz stays healthy.
He got franchised last year, right?
Yeah.
And so, what is that right?
I'm not sure
just
if he got
re-signed him.
franchised last
Is it a
year.
1-year deal or something? I don't know.
Okay.
I'm
But,
not sure.
God, he would be such a good fit in Jacksonville.
I mean, I think, yes, he would be a good fit in Jacksonville, but I don't think Philadelphia is going to let him just walk away. I think they're going to franchise him.
You could franchise, try to trade him. And then the new team works out a new contract with him.
Yep.
Whatever.
I don't know. Nothing like a Wednesday night spending time with guys who know a little bit more football than you do, and just thinking about. I don't feel bad for any of these players. They're making millions of dollars, man.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna drive my way on the way home and have someone cook and put $20 in. So, you know.
The thing is, I think he would get $25 million on the franchise tag.
Wow.
Holy crap! Because it would be more.
So they would be committing a ton of money to the quarterback position.
No, wait. Do they even have that on their cap?
I don't know. I don't have their cap information in front of me, but you know, that's my gut feeling.
Okay, so if your gut feeling is that Foles stays in Philly, who does Jacksonville go after?
The Giants are saying they're not going to draft a quarterback.
They're not?
That's what, or no, they said they're not going to go after Haskins from Ohio State. They didn't say they were going to draft a quarterback. But I still feel like that Tom Coughlin is trying to work behind the scenes to get him some Eli Manning in Jacksonville. Because he knows with our defense being just good enough, we can get in the dance. For some reason, Eli turns into a stone cold killer in the playoffs.
He's so good in the playoffs.
He is.
And I mean, I don't know where that Eli is the rest of the year, but once that calendar turns over to January and it's playoff football,
right.
I mean, that guy, he
rolls.
just doesn't miss.
Dude morphs.
Yeah.
I mean,
so,
he arguably beat
Power Ranger
the
time.
best quarterback. We say who's the best quarterback, right? It's Tom Brady. He beat that dude twice in the Super Bowl.
Twice.
The GOAT. He's beat the GOAT twice. And, so
and
like,
coaches like comfortable.
Yeah.
And who would Tom Coughlin be more comfortable with at the quarterback position than Eli Manning?
He's probably got one or 2 years left.
And that's what I'm thinking.
Right.
If they feel like if he feels like that defense is still good enough, because he knows he can bring in Eli. Right. Eli's smart enough. Just get in the dance.
10 games, win 10.
Yep, and then boom.
And then Eli's just like, all right,
let's go.
I'm gonna throw 4 touchdowns.
I mean, as good as Peyton Manning is, I'd take Eli in the postseason over Peyton.
I'm with you on that.
I agree. Yeah.
So I mean, you know, and as a Cowboys fan, it kills me to say that. # fire Jason Garrett. Just get it in there now. I forgot last week, but
that's fine.
Get it in there.
We all know how you feel about Jason Garrett.
Right.
So, but yeah. So any other NFL news or notes?
No. And Brown, AB asked for a trade from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's right. Antonio Brown wants out of Pittsburgh. How crazy is it that the organization who has had the most stability at owner and head coach over the last 50 years is now in complete turmoil?
Wow.
It seems.
What do? You trade him, right?
Absolutely.
I'm a firm believer if he's not happy there, let him go somewhere else.
Absolutely. It's kind of like, you know, as a boss or a leader, you know, you hate to see a really good employee leave, but honestly, if you want to see him do better, you should encourage that. So I think you're right. If he's not happy in Pittsburgh, hey, let's figure it out, man. What's your next stop? I think they do. I think they absolutely do.
Now, I would not trade him within the AFC.
Right.
I would make sure that the only way I ever saw him again would be in a Super Bowl. You know, or a regular season game that's going to happen once every 4 or 5 years.
Could the Chiefs get him?
See, if I was Pittsburgh, there's no way I would let him go to Kansas City.
God, we really don't need him, but
it would just be fun.
I mean, it'd be awesome.
Him or Le'Veon Bell was so much fun, but I don't think they're coming here. But like I said, this is the dude that Coach Tomlin was giving a post game speech, and AB put it on Facebook Live. Like if you were following AB on Facebook, you got to watch the locker room, which is a huge no-no.
Yeah.
Right.
This dude, I think he got paid, and then his ego went to the moon, man. So I say trade him. I don't know who's going to want him. Somebody's going to take him.
Somebody will take him.
But dude, whatever. So I don't know. The Chiefs, I'm good. The Chiefs don't need him, but if they picked him up, you're right, Dre. It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So new football league started up last weekend and played the AAF, the American Alliance of Football.
Did you all check that out?
Yeah. I did.
Yeah. I didn't know about it until Sunday. We were at church on Sunday, and a buddy's like, "Hey, did you see the game on Saturday?" I'm like, "Nah." I'm like, and he kind of explained the whole league. And I looked it up. It looks legit, man.
It's cool.
Yeah, absolutely,
I watched it and I was like, man, this. Okay, so like after I talked to you, as I knew what happened and I didn't look at it. I didn't watch it Saturday night, but I got on YouTube and YouTube had like some full games like on there, and so I'm like, all right, I watched the Orlando game, and then I watched some of the highlights of the other stuff. Yeah, it's good. Some of the quarterback plays bad, like Hackenberg's terrible.
Yeah.
Trash, right? Yeah. But the Orlando's quarterback, Gilbert.
Yeah, Gilbert.
He rocked it, man. He looked really good.
Hey, man, the old ball coach. Steve Spurrier.
Hey,
I mean,
Spurrier's the coach for Orlando.
He is?
In Orlando.
He looks way old.
Yeah, I tweeted it out, too, on Saturday night, man. I'm an Orlando fan. That's my team in the AAF. You heard it here.
Spurrier.
Don't say I'm a bandwagon guy in the season.
Hey, I'm going to go with you. I'll be a Spurrier fan. Now that we're fans, they're probably going to suck the rest of the year.
Probably.
But I love Coach Spurrier, the old ball coach, and he's looking a little old. But
he does look old, but I mean, see, the reason Steve Spurrier didn't work out in the NFL is because he wants to play golf 3 times a week. And as a head college coach, he could still find time to do that.
And as a coach in the AAF, he can do it too.
Oh yeah, and as a coach in the AAF, I mean, there's 8 teams. I'm sure the pressure isn't even as high as like it was on him in South Carolina. He's just, he's the old ball coach. He's in Orlando. He's freaking going to practice for a couple hours. He's
playing golf.
And he's playing golf.
He's having a good time down in Florida.
I mean, yeah, he's watching a little film.
He probably lives down there anyways.
Yeah.
But so some of the cool rules, I thought the coolest rule for me was there's no extra points.
Right.
It's only 2 points.
Right.
Dude, it's awesome.
That is awesome.
Because I think what they're trying to do is get rid of a wasted play, right?
Yep.
The extra points are wasted play.
No kickoffs.
No kickoffs because that's the most injured play.
Yep.
You start at the 25, which I think it's 80% of the time you do anyways.
Right.
So, dude, a lot of the rule changes they put in are cool. Protect the quarterback. You can only bring 5, which they still got pressure on the QB, so it was not an issue. Well, dude, I'm all about it.
Well, 2 things. First of all, are you guys going to get some jerseys?
I'm
going to get a T-shirt. Hey, I'm going to get a T-shirt.
I'll probably get a T-shirt or a hat. I'm a hat guy. I'll get
an Orlando hat. I'm getting one.
And the second thing is now, guys, we'll have year-round football. We'll have this. Then we'll have, NFL, and then maybe XFL.
The XFL, I don't know if it's going to be at the same time as the AAF, or if it's going to be like when the AAF's done, then the XFL starts.
Yeah, there potentially could be year-round football. So I guess the question is how many of us are going to disappear from our wives. Haven't seen you for a couple of years. I've been watching football.
I've been
watching football.
I thought I made this deal with you.
Right.
The game, anytime a game's on, I gotta watch it.
Yeah,
anytime.
My bad. Football's on all year.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, as a football junkie, I love it.
I would definitely say if you guys check it out. I don't know if it's must watch TV, but dude, if you're sitting at home and you're
it's good football.
Dude, check it out.
I mean, I'm not going to schedule my weekend around it like I would an NFL game. But if I got nothing else going on or if I'm out, I'm going to sit and watch it.
And it's structured really well to where it's not like a ton of these old veterans. Like the old XFL was a ton of these veterans that were way off and way busted. These are a bunch of dudes that played college ball and just didn't make it. Or maybe got drafted and got cut. Yeah, because Gilbert played in the NFL, but he's not a starter, right?
No,
he goes to the AAF. Trent Richardson was in it.
Yeah,
I saw him. He got the most.
Kind of a bounce back.
He played the most snaps. I was leading.
Yeah, he plays for Birmingham.
Yeah,
which Arizona, Birmingham, San Antonio, and Orlando were the 4 teams that won. They were all the home teams.
Trent Richardson got 2 touchdowns too.
Yeah, so all the home teams won, which I thought was kind of interesting.
And then
but Orlando and San Antonio play this weekend.
And then I think the NFL. I'm in. I'm watching it. And then the NFL, from what I have heard and what I've seen on ESPN and Sports 1, is that the NFL is actually going to be teams are going to be looking at these players.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, the NFL is kind of not.
They should.
They're not backing it, but NFL Network plays their games live.
They should.
So,
absolutely.
I mean, the NFL is kind of behind this.
They need a minor league. They need a minor league system so bad.
Yep.
And I'm not talking about NFL Europe because I remember that.
That was garbage.
We need one out here.
But there's no football fans over there either.
No, so I don't even know why they're
not for American football. Yeah. I mean, that's soccer country.
But dude, I think it's all good because you give all these guys a second chance, to or whatever, to try to make it to the league. And so the competition is going to be good, man. Those guys are trying hard. So
I wonder how many of those guys that play in the CFL will maybe come back and try to jumping. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's interesting too. Yeah, I bet you'll see a bunch of that too. When does anybody know off the top of their head when the CFL season is?
Not off the top. I think it's in the fall. Like
I was like, could these dudes work out like a partnership where they go play AAF and then run up and play CFL? Like these guys just keep playing all year.
They could. I mean, I don't know
if they could.
Yeah,
do that
what's the base salary? Like 100,000 or 80,000?
I didn't see anything on salary.
I looked all that up, but I know it was cool, man. I was into it.
I enjoyed it. I mean, as a football junkie,
right.
Obviously you mentioned the quarterback play was not very good, but also
some of them.
Some of that too is your timing because I don't know. I think they had only been practicing a few weeks, and so they
get better.
Yeah, it will get better. So that's kind of all the football stuff. Let's close it out. Talk a little Big 12 basketball.
Let's go.
Last week we talked a lot about the Big 12. We are in the heart of Big 12 country in Kansas City. K-State is still in first. I predicted that they would lose 2 of those next 3 games. Well, they went 2-0 since we last talked. So wrong prediction on my part.
Dogs in both games too. I bet on those games. Dogs in both games. I took them both, and they're playing really good ball right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a fun tourney to go watch and see.
Yeah, the Big 12 tournament. Definitely.
It can go anyway. There's like 5 or 6 teams that are right there. So, which honestly, that's how college basketball should be.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Like that's what college basketball should be. There should be every team gritting it out. So I think it's great basketball. I think it's just a great time.
Yeah. So K-State's in the lead, 9-2. There's 6 games to go in conference play. So they're number 18 in the country. They play Iowa State this weekend.
Really good game. That's in Manhattan, though.
It's in Manhattan. I'm still going to pick Iowa State to win it, though.
Absolutely. Iowa State kind of reminds me of like the Northwestern of college basketball. They'll get a win or 2 off some pretty top teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of like Northwestern football.
Yeah.
Northwestern football. They'll almost pull off a couple big wins. So that should be a good game this weekend.
Which KU has also won their last 2.
Yeah.
They play West Virginia this weekend in Allen Fieldhouse. That should be a win for them, I would think.
Should be. They play really well at home. They just play bad on the road.
And West Virginia is really bad on the road. They're worse than KU on the road.
Yeah.
So then Baylor is 7-4 in the conference. They play at Texas Tech. So I would imagine they lose that one.
Tough game.
Yeah. Then, like I said, number 23 in the country, Iowa State, 7-4 in the conference at K-State. So that's a really big game. You got number 18 versus number 23 on Saturday from Manhattan, Kansas. So, I mean, that's a huge game that's going to factor a lot into who wins this conference.
You still got Iowa State winning the Big 12? You can change your prediction if you want. I'm going to stick with K-State. I'll you know what? I'll stick with my after the show got done last week, we saw that Vic was going to be out for 2 weeks.
Yeah. No, he's done.
He's out. He's gone.
He's on a leave of absence from the team.
And so, that means something happened.
Something happened.
They don't want us to know about. But so I had a KU K-State split, and then off show I went just K-State. I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna say K-State wins Big 12 outright, and then when the tournament, I don't know who wins the tournament when it comes around the Big 12 tournament.
Yeah,
but I think K-State takes the regular season.
I'm actually gonna go. I'm gonna switch my pick, and I'm going KU. They won 2 in a row.
They're on the roll, baby.
I'm telling you, Bill Self, he's got another home game, West Virginia.
Right. They're on a winning streak.
If K-State slips up this weekend with Iowa State coming in, all of a sudden it's tied with KU, K-State, and K-State still has to play in Allen Fieldhouse.
I'm going to throw you guys both off because I've got a track athlete who was a freshman at Baylor this year, so I'm going to say Baylor's going to pull something crazy off.
Hey, I mean they could right now.
They're still in it.
Yeah, they're tied for third essentially. You got Baylor, Iowa State, and Texas Tech.
Let's go Bears.
Who's all 7-4.
Yeah,
and Texas Tech or Baylor is at Texas Tech this weekend. So if they pulled off that upset, Texas Tech is ranked number 15 in the country. But I mean, hey. Any given day, any given team can win.
For sure.
So
we had our football saying, only takes one play, bro.
Yeah, it only takes one play, bro.
Only takes one play, bro.
Baylor Bears, Big 12 champions.
So, I mean, that's not outside of the realm of possibility.
Absolutely.
God, that Big 12 tournament's going to be so good.
It is.
Sprint Center. I was looking at tickets the other day. It's expensive, right? But I'm like, man, those games are going to be awesome.
Not if you volunteer.
You volunteer?
I volunteer every year. I drive, so I shuttle athletes over the sprint center, and we get tickets. So,
Nice.
hey, if you guys need a link, man,
Hey, so
private message me.
My wife asked me